Testing. Hello everyone, I hope everyone's doing well and you're having a good weekend so far. Good for me, and today we're going to be playing Oxygen Not Included. Yeah, so let's head into it. I know I've been playing Dyson Sphere the last 2 days and was really tempted to play that again today, but yeah, chose against that for today, and I'll just play only what's on the schedule for that. So let's get started. I'm gonna transition to Oxygen. There we go, perfect. So where did we leave off last time? We were working on getting some better petroleum engines set up. These two are pretty good. They won't be very helpful for the long haul trips that we have planned. So for that, we isolated a section here, which we will destroy and use that for our rocket area. So our rockets will be built down here. That way, because this is not enough space to build the petroleum rockets that I want to start launching. So I'm going to be setting things up here, as well as automation and, you know, the works. Just set things up here and start exploring. But in the meantime, this should be in a pretty good position. How much? So 10 kilos of oxalite. It's not that much. So let's make that a ton. No, that's not a ton. Yeah, that's a ton of oxalite. So we'll wait until this has a ton of oxalite in there, and we'll change that. The oxalite should be our main source of oxygen for both of these. That is 10,000. That's not 1 ton. And again, change that to over. Okay. So we should have this gold here that we brought back from another asteroid. So we are now able to start automating the production of oxalite. That is 2 tons. That's a lot of oxygen. Okay. So I guess the next thing we'll want though is to put that gold down here. Oh, someone's trapped? Okay, so yeah, you've built that. So let's get you out of here. That should let you get out. You're not trapped anymore. Let's dig out this. Oh, he's gonna fall. He's gonna fall again, but it's okay. So we'll need to deconstruct all of this. As a priority. Okay, so let's see what's going on in the other asteroids. So this one has quite a few idle dupes. We've cleaned up the top here. We have a bunch of mats. We have some petrol and a bunch of extra water. So that seems like we're in a pretty good place. This place is pretty stable. Is this set up? So let's see, is this set up already? Yeah, and this is set up to detect critter meat or plant meat. Okay. So that's all set up. This is all set up. Proper delivery. Oh yeah, so the main thing we've been finishing up on this asteroid is this gold volcano tamer, which should be... Oh, wait. That is wrong. Oh, that's a temp shift plate. It just doesn't look like a temp shift plate, but let's say temp shift plate, so it should be fine. So let's finish this up. Put some aluminum there, and some aluminum there. Once we finish this up, we can try maybe giving them a little bit of a nicer place to live. That should work. Hey, wait, do we have 4 of them now? Yeah, okay, so they did drop a seed. So we only had 3 of them before, I think. So maybe they did drop a seed and now we have 4. With a lifespan of 30 cycles, though, it's gonna take a long time before that bears fruit. But, you know, should be something we can tolerate. Okay, so let's destroy those 2. We can actually start destroying every other... Let's make it buildings. It shouldn't make a difference right here, but, you know, every other one... No, except that one. And this one, this one, this one. And those 2. Okay. So the general idea here is if this is space, we'll need something 7 tiles above. So we put this right here. Right, that's 7 tiles. And just we put it right here. And we'll put the Yeah, we'll start like that. So in that sense, we can go like this. And this will be our main ladder for going up and down. We can destroy this. We'll keep that in place, but we should start looking into destroying this. Every other one. And we'll build this off. This way any exhaust won't affect this area here, which is what we're trying to prevent. Okay. Why are you guys idle already? You have all these... And there we go. So how much? 11.6 cycles before that explodes. Not the right word, but that's the word I'm going for right now. Before that erupts. But otherwise, I'm not exactly sure what is left to do on this. I guess I could start picking things up, but it's pretty clean. We can maybe start looking to tame another geyser. And we can start picking up things down here. And priority 4, right? Let's start picking things up down here. Are you dormant? You're a volcano. Where's my aluminum bolt? Oh, this one's dormant, so I can maybe start trying to tame this. Do I have enough to make another? I do, and about another one of you. I do, so I have enough to make another tamer for volcano. So I can start setting it up over here. I want the same plan. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Put the roof here. And 1 over. With 2 mesh tiles there. And how big is this container here? It's 4 high by 7. So 4 high by 7. Okay, 4 high by 7. And it should give me the 5 spaces I need here. So let's put some of that there. That should be a good place to get started with this stuff. Oh, yeah, that looks fine. So we'll start trying to tame, assuming this works. You know, we haven't actually tried, like this hasn't actually been tested. But assuming it works, we should be in a good place. Okay, so here, priority 6 for my gold. Where's refined metals? Gold. Okay, so all of that hydrogen has been taken away. Has it been put in here? Look at that. 1 ton of oxygen. That is a lot of oxygen. I don't know exactly how long that will keep a dupe alive, but it should keep a dupe alive for quite a long time. Okay, and are you stored? Yeah, you have all the oxalite you need. So you should be able to reach 6 tiles. Fuel remaining, oxalite power remaining. But my fuel is full. Why is it not 9 tiles like this? This one is using fertilizer. This one says I can reach... Oh, 6! They nerfed it. They nerfed it. This used to be 9. Now it's 6. Okay. Still, that's more than far enough. So let's get this one started. Oh, do we have the food set up? No, we do not. Let's enable food, enable power, enable all that. And put 20 kilos of food in here. Once that's all set up, we should be ready to launch more exploration missions. Now it can do 6 tiles, right? So from here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We should be more than enough to be able to go 1, 2, then like over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can even go further than that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 before we need to recharge. So we have plenty of avenues. There we go, perfect. Let's enable those things. Someone had heat stroke. I'm assuming it's on over here. Why are you guys not? Oh, this has not been enabled yet. I was like, why are you guys not over here? Let's enable that so you guys don't have any more heat stroke standing in this very hot room. Still having issues with heat on this asteroid. It's still quite warm. Okay, now this should require suits to go in and out. Perfect. And that should be all the production of crude oil. Maybe I can start trying to tame this oil reservoir over here. That wouldn't be the worst idea. These guys don't seem to be idle right now, so it's not the worst thing right now. Oh, maybe they are idle? Oh, they are idle. Okay. So I guess the next objective for us would be to try to tame this bad boy. Do I even have the space to do that? This will be interesting. So this aspect right here will make the entrance have to be... Like I need a 6x4 area. So 6x4 is basically telling us that this is the space. So I'll need to make some kind of entryway. There's no real way to land here though, so maybe I don't really want that close here though. Then how do I get them to go down here? You can't get a ladder to go down unless I make this thicker here. Yeah, and then I can destroy this and put the ladder here. So let's go in that direction. Sounds good. Okay, so let's get them building on setting up the second oil well. How is Genesis doing? All the power. Looted dirt. Good, 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 okay. So... Few exterior... Lira, crew. Let's launch this thing. What's wrong? Why is it... It does that every time you're like, let's launch it, and it's like, we can't breathe. We can't launch. What? Review the checklist. Where's the checklist? Destination not set. Yes. Let's go right here. Now can I launch? Launch. That should allow her to explore for a little bit while we continue to set this up. And then once we're over here, we'll be able to build ourselves the real tall rockets. That will be a good time. Okay, everything should be fine here. We can have her drop her suit once she's done with driving. So that way, if she needs an emergency, she can put on the suit and we'll be all good. Okay, and... What does that drain the power by? Can she do... I think she can... She beats out the power drain. So that's good. She'll be fine. Her food won't spoil, and she will make progress on... Well, she did this one. So she'll make progress as we go. Good, good, good. This is slowly but surely depressurizing. I guess if I tell them to build all this. Might grow, but it works. Oh, doesn't work if he wants to go to bed though. And we did withdraw all of the gold before we decided to do this process, right? Okay, so yeah, remember this line has too much going for it, which is why we built this. Make sure we're making out of lead. Oh, and this line here is supposed to go right here. Once that's built, we should be able to disconnect these two. This one will take care of this stuff. This one will take care of this stuff. Okay. Oh, well, look at that. You guys are pretty quick. So let's destroy all this and replace it with a ladder. And we'll need to... So yeah, generally we'll want to have a ladder here. And here we will have our two, one going this direction. And we do not want them out of iron though. Iron is far too precious for us. So we'll want them out of copper. This one out of copper, this one out of copper. That should allow us to also seal this off. And then seal that off. Once that's all sealed off, we can start making the plumbing here and here, and a couple ladders here. Change these pipes all here to being insulated. And then we should be in a good position to start demolishing all this, building-wise, and replacing it with the same structures we have here. Monitor fluid levels and gas pressure, gas levels, and so forth. We'll want to get rid of this tile. Okay, that should be good for this. How are you guys doing here with my requirements for new wires? Not very good, apparently. Let's increase the priority of these. This is what is critical right now. Anyone needs any care? Nope. Perfect. Oh, yes, I did remember. I'm supposed to open these and set up carbon dioxide, like fuzzy water for them to relax with. That should be underneath just batteries. That should be underneath here. Soda fountains are great. Love myself a soda fountain. And let's put in a picture. Okay, so the soda fountain itself will need some of this water from here. Where is the bridge for that? And they'll need some carbon dioxide from up here. Oh, okay, I can just grab that already. And they'll need power, right? This one will be a lot less used once we have... Yeah, we'll do that. Once we have this new wire here in place, this one will be significantly less loaded. Using 600 grams per second of oxygen, using 3 grams a second of gold. Hopefully we don't, well, that's a lot, that's a ton of gold, literally. We should be fine. There we go. Okay, so we can connect these, delete these. Oh, oops, I forgot that I need to add that like that. These would be our priority, as well as this. Okay, I have no destination. That's okay. Plenty of oxygen still remains. It is going through this, though. It's already used 50 kilos, almost, of oxygen. How are we doing on... Oh, look at that. This whole line here. Doing pretty good. Probably won't find anything, but I don't think we'll have any oxygen issues anytime soon. That's good. We have a flood? Where did that water come from? Oh well, I don't... It's not a big deal since, well, we're not using this steam turbine right now. I just don't like the message. Ah, didn't get that. Let's close, let's disable that. You will need to start... This wire here is pretty full. Yeah, we'll need to clean up our wire structure here also, which would require 2 more of these. And as with, oh, are these made out of iron? No, I do not want to make my wires out of iron. Let's make them out of lead, please. And jumps out of lead too. Okay. So we'll make those ones go straight down here. Well, since I have that, right? I don't need to make that up here, right? I can just put the transformers. I can make this level here be a transformer level. I'm not going to put anything else here. It's not properly sized. So if I do that, this line here is over full because it is powering 2 things that cannot run at the same time. So let's fix that. Okay, but I thought this one will require a lot of jumps. Not the prettiest. Oh, well. This. But I do think it's a good idea to probably set up my own power transformers right here, as I already have heavy watt wire being brought down here. So it should allow me to bring this here, and then I can cut this off and have this whole thing powered by its own wires. Oh, maybe there's a reason for that, because I have not set up automation. Let's set up automation for this. There we go. Okay, and then I can start powering it. Okay, should be good. New printables. Nothing interesting. Looks so cute. How's everyone here doing? Looking good. Is this set up yet? Nope. I guess I gave them a lot of construction commands, so they're taking, well, they have a lot of construction commands. Looking good. So I can't really say they're taking their time, they just have a lot to do. Okay. So, have you started yet? Nope. How are you guys doing with building this? Perfect. Good progress. You're still dormant. Not necessarily willing to risk it just yet. So let's not. How big is this? I really need to get the blueprint set up. That would be so nice. 6. So by 8. So 8 on that side. 1, 2, something like that. Oh, that's 9. Close. So let's set that up. And we can destroy these. And, oh wait, is that 8 really? Okay, so I guess it's it doesn't add up. Right, this is one further? Yes, it is. So once they have that in place, we can start building some of the more crucial elements. I do want to start digging this up, but again, it's always a risk because I don't know, it could be dormant for 1 more cycle. It could be dormant for 10 more cycles. Who knows? And I'm definitely not ready to dig it up just yet. Okay, so how are you doing? Perfect. So you guys are ready to start building the second oil well. Will this interfere? No, it will not. That is real good luck. And again, it does not interfere. Okay, so that's the 3 main buildings. How are we going to provide them water? We already have a water output, but we will need to change this all to being insulated pipes. That should work for providing water. Then next would be outputting the output. They use, again, insulated pipes. It's gonna be hard because I can't really go through here. Dupes can't go in there. So I need to connect to this pipe right here. It would be easier if I could just go down. Oh no, definitely not either. It's not easy getting through here. So this one goes up. So let's make ourselves a path. One goes. So we go in here. We'll go up here. And around right here. Yeah, is that all constructible? Looks like it. I don't see any no construction signs or anything like that, so that's good. And for you, that should be even easier. Which is over here, like that. And that should take care of the hydrogen. Now I need to void you out first, so we will take care of that first. But let's build this to be ready for when we get started on this. There's no power down here, so this is going to start without my say-so, but we can have everything built and ready to go. Oh, look at that. Is that a new noise? I'm pretty sure that's a new noise. That's a nice noise. Okay, so I found Yukini. Looks like a slime asteroid. I see puffs and shrooms. I mean, mushrooms. And so it looks like a slime related biome with some magma involved. So I'll take a look at that. Are you done exploring? No, I don't think you're done. You can go 3 all around. So you still have not that much, but you still have a couple, and then we can move you somewhere else. So someone was fleeing, but they were fleeing for such a short amount of time I couldn't tell who or what was going on there. That was great. How are we doing on heating the place up? Pretty good, 32. And the temperature in here is doing pretty good, 15 and 16. We do need a little bit more polluted water, though. I don't feel like we have enough polluted water. Okay, so this should now all be working, right? So you have your own wire, you have your own wire. Oh, actually, oh yeah, but it's mostly things that won't be running most of the time. So it's not like it has a lot of dependencies. So let's build this up as the next priority. And make sure that doors are still set to priority 5. Doors are not important. Okay. And let's see what's going on here. Oh, I really want to be able to copy things. That would make this so much easier. So let's build that up here. Let's clean this up. There's something here that's red. Polluted water, coal, aluminum ore. I guess we'll figure that out. But I might have an issue with so we can set this up also. How is this set up? Circle back. Circle with this far back, right? Yeah. And then out here, 1, 2, and then we go up, down, up, down, up, down. So 1, 2, up, down, up, down, up, down, all the way back. Well, we don't need that all the way back this time, right? Because our goal is to bring the stuff here. So we needed to go all the way back for this one, but in this case, we just go out this way, right? And we go up. Right here. And from there, we'll need to also... Do we have enough steel? Because all that stuff is also made of steel. Maybe I didn't plan for enough steel. This costs how much steel? 200. This is also made of steel. 100. We will need this that's made of steel. 1200. You are right on the edge there. What else is in there that's made of steel? I think the only other thing that matters is the conveyor shut off. Okay, so we should be able to make everything out of steel and the same materials. The automation wires and stuff, I don't think those actually care about the temperature. They don't overheat. So we should be good for that. Is that all of the automation here? And one more. Okay, so that should give them plenty to build. Oh, I think the conveyor jumper also doesn't overheat. So that should just be good. Why is it such a weird color? When I go to build, like that looks green-ish. I think that's just the biome, I guess. This the nuclear biome makes the buildings look green-ish. At least that's what it looks like to me. Okay, so how are you doing? I want to make sure not to waste any of your time, so I'm going to keep an eye on you. Your time is valuable to me. So I will keep an eye on you. On that note, I think we can make another trip with this guy. Who is your pilot? No one. Do we have a second pilot? We don't? Thought we would have a second pilot on this asteroid. Oh. Skills. Asteroid number 1. Rocket piloting 2. We do not have a second person that... Oh, you do like rocket piloting, Harry. And actually, whoa, you have a lot of skill points. I have not been keeping up with you. Look at that, you are now a pilot. I wonder if I have anyone else who has so little skill points compared to what they are capable of supporting. Let's see, 15s. 20s. You guys are almost all maxed out, but not all of you, I guess. You can get a little bit more. You can help with some ranching. You can... a little bit of that. And you... Oh, look at that. You can become a pilot. Pilot for you, too. There we go. Okay. I just had one dupe that was very underskilled, apparently. So I can now put you in here and say you will be the... well, first, let's make sure we have food and stuff set up. So we have oxalate. We have food. It's not going... Oh, it's going to rot in very soon. Okay, so we should be able to get a fresh batch. And that should, once we get a fresh batch of food, that food just rotted. Once we get a fresh batch of food, we should be able to send this rocket on its way. There's the fresh batch of food. Very good. Very good. Okay, crew. Yeah, I know. It doesn't like when I do that. Oh. You think they're overheating? I need to figure out a better way of cooling these down, apparently. But I thought you guys were made of... Oh, you guys are made of iron. Maybe that's the problem? Or something else I can make you out of? I can make you out... Oh no, I cannot make you out of steel. I'll just destroy you and rebuild you. You apparently are keeping this place quite nice and hot, running like this. Come on, guys. Let's stop this from being a problem. But we don't need to actually turn you guys off, we just need to destroy these guys temporarily. There we go. They don't really need... Okay, so are you guys in here? Nope, we are not in here. We don't have missing qualified crew. Did I not change the crew? No, I did not. Ari, come on. Get in here. Have all the fertilizer we can need. We have all the petroleum we need. You are now able to go 6 tiles. So as soon as you get in here, we can launch. Or not. What? The crew is in. Ari is in. Should be able to launch. Missing crew. At least one crew member aboard a rocket must have rocket piloting skills. And I'm... Oh, hey Noxtress. How's it going? Pretty sure Ari has rocket piloting skills. Where are you, Ari? Look, you do. What's the problem here? Okay, let's just abort this flight for now. And see how our other flight's doing. Almost done the research. One more block. Perfect. Maybe it needs to like go to the printer and get the skill, or it doesn't work unless you do that. So how are we doing over here? I have too many. Oh, actually I can just destroy all this now. Oh no, they can't actually get... Never mind, ignore that. I was thinking that I could now destroy all this because I have all of this platform built, but they can't actually get to this platform without going over, because this is not built yet. So, ignore that. I was like, yay, we could speed this up. We can't speed this up. What? I have achievements left to get? What is this? Have a duplicate with a masterwork skill paint. Oh yeah, my first painting. I had not done paintings yet. So I just need you guys to finish constructing these lines here. And then I can rearrange the power flow for this asteroid. Okay, so this line here should be all good. What's conductive wire? Come on. Okay. So it's all connected. I can destroy these. And connect these. I know the plier branch has been updated, but I'm not sure it's working on the beta build, so I don't have it installed right now. I had a bunch of add-ons installed yesterday, but they kept crashing the game. I crashed like 2 or 3 times last time I streamed this, and then I turned off all the mods and it worked fine. Hopefully that issue is resolved. Oh, you're idle. That means you've done all the star map research. Perfect. Okay. So you have 4 more tiles. I can land you here. 1, 2, 3. Or can go back to base. It depends. Do I want to explore over here? That would be the most efficient. If I park you here, you can explore all of this in one shot. That is pretty efficient. Or I can try to send you over here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Send you over here so you can explore a little bit here before heading back. Okay, so let's do that. Change. Let's go over there. And as soon as we're there, you should be able to start exploring some more. We have plenty of food and oxygen. Everything here is looking good. Just played Oni a little bit, but I'm not gonna... But I got kind of annoyed by my resources and heat management and threw my world out the window. I've done that a lot. Yeah, if I load my worlds, I have a lot of worlds. And these are only the spaced out worlds, the ones that you see up here. I try to keep it clean and tidy and delete worlds as I don't use them, because like this one hasn't been used since February of 2020. But yeah, I know the feeling. I'm trying to, like, this one I might have actually have ripped. I'm probably going to throw it out when the actual... Oh, nice. 68 hours in 5 days. That is I see you fell into the game. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly how long this map will last, because obviously when they changed the world generation, I'm gonna want to look at the new asteroids and the new world generation and stuff like that. Like, I'm assuming I will need to create a new map to get the radiation stuff working properly. So when that patch hits, I'll probably have to restart again. But that's kind of part of the fun, is restarting over and over again. I had the early game down pat, very much. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here. Are you guys still not? Okay, you're disabled, so people should be able to come in here. Let's clean this up a little bit. And let's seal this off a little bit better for temperature. We will also need 2 of these gauges, one here, and some... Oh, there we go. Didn't crash, that's good. And a hydro... No, not that one. A pressure sensor right here. And add some automation. So the pressure sensor goes here. This one goes... Oh, I don't like this. Okay, so let's try that again. The top pressure sensor goes here, and the bottom pressure sensor goes here. We'll need a bridge, though. Right there. There we go. I got to cycle 120 something. That's pretty good. When I first played this game, and this was a long time ago when the game was very different back then, but nonetheless, it took me... Ooh, oh wow, this is boiling... Is this gonna just destroy this seal? Like if... Oh, that's a problem. It's a potential problem. If this keeps heating up, it's possible that it could just boil away this seal. Like, it's turning it into petroleum. It's boiling it into petroleum, and then petroleum will boil again at 500 and so... this is not... Yeah, this is not good. Not good. But yes, getting to 120 cycle the first time, that was quite an achievement for me. I remember that. It was a long time ago, but nonetheless, it's quite difficult getting to 120 cycle stably. Even on the easier asteroids, it can still be quite a challenge. Okay. I'm gonna seal this off. This is a problem for future me. Essentially, is what I'm telling myself. Oh, this will seal off a lot of my materials, though. I can't really do that. I can also not really turn you back on. Well, I can. With a single opening, maybe? Let's just try that. Alright, this is hot. And the more I just try to push it away, the more it's going to become a problem. Next run, I try to get Swamp World by cycle 20-ish. There's just way too much good stuff. Yeah, it's very true. Are you playing on the DLC right now? Or are you trying vanilla? Okay. What was the warning? Do I have yeah, I have breathability warnings turned back on. The game doesn't want to leave that off. Batteries. Am I really low on batteries? Oh, look at that. I need to, And this is... Okay, so I guess my power consumption is starting to become a problem. Need to start considering how I'm going to deal with that. Interesting. I guess now that I've fixed my wire situation, now more things are drawing power, which means now my power generation isn't nearly good enough. I do get petroleum. I can set up a little petroleum area. We'll need... Yeah, that's probably not the worst idea. DLC. Oh, yeah. This is the starting asteroid. There's a little bit left. I haven't dug it all out. But yes, I do... And this is still digging out. But it's just not a priority right now. But yes, I do like my worlds nice and organized. This one is also the same. So as you can see, the top here is a little bit funky because of the way the planet's made. And because like this is the top, so like, if I want to get bigger rockets in here, I need this space. Like you can't land a big rocket here because it will clip and that will break things. And you know, I haven't dug this out yet. So for heat management, I have, well, multiple sources, but the main one is these things. So this is a rudimentary cooling system. It's not the best. I have a blueprint on vanilla that I use that's better than this, but I just did this one off memory and I copied it to all the asteroids. So you'll see every asteroid has one of these or something similar to that. So what this does is it will take in hot water, so 23 degrees in our case, and cool it, output the same hot water colder. 21 degrees, something at 23. And this water gets pumped all over the base. What this does essentially is it takes the hot water here and runs it against this counter loop, which will go into an aqua tuner and get fed into a steam turbine. So that the steam turbine will delete 90% of the heat that it gets. So some of that heat will be put into the atmosphere, which then you have to cool down using this. Like if you go to Zeppelin, you'll notice that I have two on here. This one is my worst heat map, as you can tell by if I go to my heat. Yeah, I'm not doing a very good job at keeping this one cool. This side here is like at 50. Between it's in the 40s and 30s, but the living area I'm keeping it at bay. But I need two of these systems here for cooling, and both of these go back and cool the steam turbine itself, because like it does produce heat when it deletes the heat. So I grab that heat and try to delete that heat again. So you reuse it a little bit to get a little bit more power and such. Like on this one, the temperature of the water is coming at 49 and coming out at 45. So technically I'm deleting almost 5 degrees of polluted water heat per cycle. I mean per second, not per cycle. So as every second, 5 degrees of this polluted water gets transferred into this line here, and that gets deleted in here. And I'm doing this twice. This one's less efficient, so this is colder over here. So this one is 29 and 25, so that's only 4 degrees. Can you only enter swamp via teleporter? So well, for me this isn't swamp. I started on swamp. But you can enter it also with rockets. Like if you wanted to, I could sit down here, and you can't actually see this asteroid. It's far distance away, so you wouldn't be able to see it with the telescope by default. But if you use this, well, I'm considering a glitch, but we don't have a better telescope at the moment, as far as I know. Yeah, still no better telescope. So use this glitch. You can send out a rocket to here, and then tell it to explore here. You'll have to get lucky, obviously. And then once you find it, you can send a rocket back and forth and land it on here, so you can get to the second asteroid using a rocket. I've seen some people do that. I never used a rocket, so I need to rocket for the other planets. Yes, for the third planet and beyond, you do need rockets. There's no other way of getting to, in my case, Shrubera. The only way to get to this asteroid is by rocket. Like you have to land here with nothing, and either bring a rover over, that's what I did, and dig up a small little living area, and then bring a dupe over, grab some metal, build a rocket platform, and get started. But you don't need to, what's it called? But yeah, there's no teleportation here. I'm assuming once they implement the uranium stuff and all that fun stuff, there's some, again, this is going to be some spoilers, so I'm not going to mention any of it. But there's some stuff that looks very interesting that they haven't, that people have that in mind. And I'm assuming there's more to come that will be nuclear powered, and that will probably allow us to manually attach teleporters or like the, what are they called? The loader and unloader combinations, these supply teleporter inputs, and manually set them on asteroids using nuclear power. I'm assuming that will be a thing, but nothing really to back that up. But they do have some interesting stuff with like particle acceleration and other things coming in the future. Who knows when, right? But it's just not released right now. Right now, all we have are basically the stuff you would expect to have from the base game. With like now that we have petroleum rockets, we don't have any hydrogen rockets just yet. Let's see, was there anything new added since last I played? No. So yeah, we have petroleum rockets, so we don't have hydrogen rockets or any way of getting supercoolant at the moment. But assuming we get those and they reintroduce asteroids somehow, maybe on the more advanced rock, like asteroids, we can, not asteroids, comets. We can get comets for some renewable source of sand and regolith. That should help. But to your original question, I use these to cool my bases. Like this one, that's not the only way though, to be truthful. Like this one, would cool itself. This one is actually too cold because I have two cold source of renewable water. So cool slush geyser and a cool slush geyser. But this would actually, I actually have to work to keep this place warm. I have two liquid type geysers here and here in case things get too cold. And I've been relying a lot on the heat down here and siphoning it out and using that. That's why my cooling loop here goes down here so that I can siphon out the heat from this area and spread it out. Because if you don't work on it, like these two geysers will freeze this asteroid. They go dormant. See dormant period, where is it? The next dormancy 16 cycles, and they are active for 68 cycles out of 114, so that's almost 50% of the time, like more like 40% of the time that this one's dormant. And this one's dormant 40% of the time-ish also. So they do go dormant, so yeah, that would be nice if these didn't go dormant. But nonetheless, like the salt water itself, because this is brine, I have a system here to cool it down. Brine will always come out of a desalinator at 40 degrees. So I use this to cool itself down and comes out at like 20. But this one just comes out at negative 20 or negative 10. And if you pass it in a water sleeve, it just stays negative 10 and it will freeze on the spot, break your pipes and break everything. So you definitely want to make sure that this water here is kept at a good temperature, or else my crops would fail, this would freeze, it would not be a good time. So I have some people idle. Let me take a look at that. Okay, so you're still dormant. Let's take a look at planning the next steps here. We'll want to set this up. And we'll start, oh no, I can't actually build these yet. I have not built the pump these things for the cooling loop. Oh no, this is gonna be a problem. I need to re-divert this around like that. Okay. And on this asteroid here, which is it's going to be the same third asteroid once you get to here, it also has the same problem. It's a very cold asteroid. By itself, it starts off very cold. Like this part down here is negative 100 degrees Celsius. This asteroid here starts off very cold. And unless you're lucky to have one of the volcanoes being like active and not covered. All my volcanoes were covered when I started, which kind of a benefit, kind of a negative. Your first priority on this asteroid will be to make food and warm it up. Like that will be one of your first priorities. Try to counter the temperature down here, and then you will need to cool it down after because you know you can't keep warming it up or else everyone dies. Yeah. So it's a balancing act. And I'm assuming every asteroid will be its own thing. I don't know. I've never actually seen anyone go to this swamp asteroid here. But I know there's an ice asteroid that's going to be somewhere. And this lava asteroid, those will be their own problems. Like obviously the ice asteroid you'll need to warm up again. And this one will need to... we're going to have to dig through lava. So that's going to be a fun problem in and of itself. I cannot speak. So that's going to be fun. So let's print. Pepper seeds. Okay, so where was I? You are still researching, I'm assuming? No, you are sleeping. You sleepy. Let's see here. 1, 2. Okay, so there is still some... You should still be able to explore D3 before I send you back home. Okay. Why are you not on? Oh, because you're too much water. Water's an issue right now. I need to get rid of this water so this starts turning on. Because I need to start cooling down the steam. I don't really have much of a choice. Oh, what? Oh, no. I had some a steam explosion going on there. And that's still probably not enough for me to... I have to get rid of this one. Oh, let's stop that. Okay. So, as soon as we destroy this, we can build these two here. And we can rearrange our power. Okay. Build this, come on. I want to clean up the power system here. So the idea here is that this power cable here will cut this off, so we can have this power cable for my recreation stuff, and then I can also power all the recreation out of this one cable. And apparently I can't build like that. So I can power all the recreation right here out of this one cable, and then this cable here. Actually, I can do this right now. Let's connect this, and we can destroy these cables. We can then use this cable here to power everything down here. Now, this cable will tell me that it is a little overloaded even after I disconnect it, because it but all of this power that we're supplying is intermittent. That's the word, intermittent. Do I need to dig out the whole planet, or are there some benefits to not doing that? Aesthetically, some people will say it looks nice, but there's not really any benefit unless you're like trying to get a nature reserve. Like, where's the room? Where is it? So parks and nature reserves require natural, naturally growing plants per se, like these things, just not inside of a farm tile, inside of like a ground tile. But you can like use pits and manually place dirt blocks by burning or by overheating sand and stuff like that, or slime. So there are ways around it, But other than using, like, getting those rooms easily, there's no real reason to leave nature be. Abyssalite is very good at insulating, so that's why I haven't damaged the insulate here. It's significantly better, other than one glitch, at insulating. Oh, can I mop this yet? No, okay, so I'm gonna need to solve this problem using a pump. Give me one moment, let me do this and I'll go back to what I was saying. Okay. So, yeah, other than, like, Abyssalite to keep things separated, there's no real reason for keeping the planet as it is. The more you dig out, the more resources you get. Especially now that there's no way to get infinite resources, at least in the current system. On vanilla, you could have other planets you could go to and get infinite resources from that. But at the moment there isn't, so the amount of rock you have is limited by the amount of rock you dig. So I would rather have everything dug, centralized in one location, and ready to be used, so I can know that, like, this asteroid has, like, has 330 tons of igneous rock, and that's pretty much all it has. And you can plan accordingly, because it's not an infinite resource. And I am feeding it to hatches, so eventually I will run out of rocks. I'm assuming Clay will put in some way of making this infinite again. But yeah, if you don't dig it out, you can't use it. That's essentially the reason why I dig everything out. It also leaves you a very large backup. Like, all of this is full of oxygen. This is all oxygen. If something goes wrong with my oxygen production, I have a lot. This is very bright. Oh, that hurt my eyes. Let's change that to... That's not even any better. But yeah, so I have a lot of oxygen just backup everywhere. I don't like using suits like a lot of people do, where they make their little square and then they put their dupes in suits all day long. My dupes are free, okay? They can feel the air on their face unless they go out here. And this allows me to, if something happens with my oxygen generation, I have a long time before I need to worry about running out of... Oh, you're idle. I'm assuming that would be... No, it's not. Okay, I thought it was you. Are you idle yet? No, you're not. You're going to be idle after this one? No. But yeah, so that's just a preference of mine. There's obviously benefits of making a big giant square and then have everyone in their own suits at all times. It's definitely easier. Oh, what is going on here? And why are you not working? Are we really out of power? We are out of power and you guys are not enough to sustain my power needs. Give me one moment, guys. This is apparently a problem that I was not aware that I had until just now. I'm getting a brownout. Okay, so that's easy enough to solve though. I do have a lot of coal on this asteroid. I have almost 200 tons of coal. So throw coal at the problem. Oh, no, I can't. No. Never mind. So the reason why I stopped doing that is that anything on this side is going to power the batteries here that are for the solar panels only. I need to build it on this side because this side is on the other side, this large power transformer. This large power transformer ensures that if we are full on power here... Oh, that's why. Oh, you're connected directly to... Oh, I just had a realization. Okay, let's get rid of this. Okay, never mind. I don't have an emergency. I was just being ridiculous. Okay, so let's power these and I'll explain what I'm talking about. Critters are OP. Critters are very OP. Just not hatches. Hatches are a good crutch to start. But so the problem I was having here, just as an FYI, is that this half here wasn't connected to my pole generation. So anything that uses this half of the power network, which is everything to do with my geysers and my recreational and my oxygen production down here, and yeah, my cooling system, doesn't currently have any power because it's not connected to this. And I separate these two sets here by a large power transformer that only goes one way. So what I really want is for this here to be connected down here instead of up here like this. So I need to change that. So hatches are very good as long as you have rocks, and you will start with lots of rocks. Like in this rocks, I have 2 megatons, 2.2 megatons of, or kilotons, or whatever it's the correct term, 2.2 thousand tons. That's a lot of tons. I'm not going to run out of igneous rocks for a long time. That doesn't mean I won't run out. I will run out. Now, there are some critters that, and there are ways around that. For example, volcanoes. These minor volcanoes is usually good enough for one or two hatches, and a real volcano is usually good enough for 2 or 3 hatches, but not a lot. That is a renewable source of igneous rock that you can use to feed hatches. On the other hand, though, there are other pets like Drekos, which are renewable infinite sources of food. Drekos, because they can feed on bomb lilies, and bomb lilies take nothing but time to grow. These are literally free food and free reed fiber infinitely. So if you really want to have like an infinite source of food, this is one of them. And hatches. Hatches are also very good pets. They turn basically what I consider a waste product, which is carbon dioxide, which right now I literally pump into space. They turn that into food. So they are also very good and potentially infinitely sustainable because you can have oil wells which will produce infinite amount of carbon dioxide, probably more than you can handle. So those are very good. There's other ways also of managing pets if you want. You can always do starvation farming. I'm not necessarily a fan of that, but there's nothing wrong with it per se. It's just, I'm not a fan of starvation hatching, so I don't do it. But you can always set up, there's some ways of setting like a space like this big could feed 40 dupes worth of food, especially when we had shovels. I don't know of anyone who's found any shovels on the DLC, but shovels are extremely good for starvation ranching because they do not get overcrowded. So it's not as useful for other animals, but there are ways around it. But you get into more and more into abusive, mechanics territory, which nothing wrong with that. I just try to stay away from that as much as I can. I try to play as close to vanilla, or not vanilla, but as close to developer intended way as possible. That doesn't mean I don't have fun, that's for sure. Again, I am literally using the telescope through a wall, so I can't say I'm always following developer's intention. But I try to, I don't do infinite storages because I find that trivializes a large part of the game. I like the challenges that having to actually keep things and automation and controlling my limited resources of space. I like that challenge, which you don't get if you use infinite storage. maybe you can put back on your suit. Where is Lyra? There you are. Put back on your suit so you're ready for when we land. Once we land, we can... Oh, talking about landing, how is it going for this? Is this one all ready? We can start storage. Food that is not too stale. Okay, so let's see if we can get this one launching. It wasn't launched before because apparently the crew I had on it was not trained, but was wearing an astronaut hat. I'm assuming that's just because it hadn't discovered... Oh, idols. Who's idling? Stinky and CQ are idling. Okay, so I'm assuming that's because you are not making anything right now. So piping. I'm gonna want to go in through here, right? Which direction? Yeah, so in on top, out on bottom. So in on top, out on bottom. Is that the correct location? I'm just making sure I don't have... No, that's the wrong location. Right here. This is why I very, very, very much miss my mods for being able to manage this for me. Okay, so this should be too thick, and then we go up, down, up, down, up, down. Oh, I did this wrong then. No, I did this wrong. Ah, poop. I did not remember that this is supposed to be too thick. But I can't make that too thick because I need to be able to build right here. Okay. So let's... So up. Yeah, so this one should go up. Skip one, skip one, skip one, skip one. Skip one, skip one. Destroy all this. Nope. And let's redirect around. Okay, that should get plenty for them to do. Oh, apparently there was people idle on... Oh, just you, Aerie. Oh, okay, so let's launch that. You see, it's still telling me I can't launch. Why can I not launch? I have fertilizer. It's still telling me I have missing qualified crew. But, what? Why? Why do you think he's not qualified? I do not understand. Those wall crawler bugs, are they tamed? Wall crawler bugs? Are you talking about the Dracos? And the Glossy Dracos? That was a late response to that. Sorry about that. I kind of got distracted by the game. I have no idea why it's telling me I can't launch with you in here. Oh, it's very confusing. I do not like that it doesn't recognize you as someone who can pilot. I gave you lots of points so you could pilot this thing. And it's like, no, you can't. Yeah, the first one. Yeah, they're all tamed. This one's kind of glum right now. But yeah, these are all tamed. They require special environments, which is why I have suits and waterlock. They can't just be out in oxygen like my hatches and my Sweetles up here are. This one requires some oxygen and hydrogen. This one requires chlorine and hydrogen. So, correction. Yeah, maybe. Actually, that's not the worst idea. I'm gonna try that. But yeah, and correction, it doesn't require hydrogen. Their scales only regrow in a hydrogen environment. They start with 100% scale, so they're born. They're born with all their scales. You can shear them once, and then for it to regrow, they need to be in a hydrogen environment. But if you don't care about that, like you just want to shear them once and never shear them again, you can just make the whole thing out of oxygen or chlorine, and you don't have to worry about keeping 2 layers of different gases. It's not that much harder. And in my opinion, it's like that's the only source of reed fiber and plastic for me, is those. Why is it taking so long to allow me to restart? Steam is not understanding that the game stopped. It still thinks it's going. So yeah, give me one. Give Steam a couple minutes apparently to discover that the game is not running. Oh, there we go. Finally figured it out. But yeah, so those Drecos are my only source of reed fiber and plastic. So I need to make sure they are, like, they regrow them as much as they can to be able to. There we go. Let's see if that helped. One gas out and the other in. What do you mean by that? Like, I think I know what you're trying to say, and yes, I'll show you something what I do for the hydrogen that's produced by the oxidizer, and how I can. I think this would be what you're looking for. It's more of a gets everything but one gas out. But I'll show you what I mean. I think this might answer your question once it loads up. Okay. Oof. This is... I don't like this loading thing. It's like... It thinks everything is broken, and... I really wish they could solve that. Like, that's on vanilla right now, so it's not a DLC issue. But here, right here, where is my oxo? There we go. Okay, so right here, I pump out hydrogen. In case where there's a problem, and let's say this backs up, I don't, for some odd reason or whatever, oxygen gets in here. It should never happen. But in case, it passes through here. So what this does is, if it detects hydrogen, it closes the vent. So the automation is really simple. So if it detects hydrogen, and it flips a NOT switch, which will close the vent and let the hydrogen pass. If it detects anything other than hydrogen, it will let it out. So you can use this kind of thing to pump, like you can connect a pump and say, if it's hydrogen or if it's chlorine, open this, else close it. So chlorine will be outputted into the environment, while whatever else will continue, or you can have it the way I have, where hydrogen or chlorine continues while everything else just gets pumped into the environment. This is a zero cost, like it doesn't require any power, doesn't require any maintenance, any resources, and it will like completely filter out for one element in the pipe. You can also do this similar thing, but with so it's what I do here with these. Where is it? So you have the same thing here, where if it's bog jelly, it will turn this on and send it over here, so it goes over here in the food section instead of continuing. So you can have the same concept here, where like instead of gas, now we're dealing with food. And instead of a vent, we're dealing with a conveyor shutoff, or the appropriate for gas, which is the gas shutoff, which I should have been able to guess that. So you can do the same thing, but this does require some power. Every time this is in use, it will take 10 watts, only when it's in use. So it's not like it's going to take up a lot of power, but it does require some power. And had the advantage that it keeps everything inside of the pipe instead of outputting it into the environment. But if all you really want to do is like put a pump here and say output the chlorine and put the chlorine in a tank here while keeping the hydrogen here, you can like put a pump here, up here do the check, and if it's hydrogen, put it back. If it's chlorine, keep it going. And eventually you'll have to check in on it regularly. But eventually it will be completely full of hydrogen. The machine won't stop, so that's why you need to check in regularly to stop it yourself. But that's one way of being able to clear a room and only have one kind of... that's what I would do if I needed to do that. Okay, so back here. So I screwed this up the first time. This goes 2 and then goes up. Up, down, up, down, up. Is that right? Up, down, up, down, up, down. Up, down, up, down, up, down? Oh, okay, yes. Cancel that one then. No, cancel that. Up, down. All the piping should now be going the correct direction. Perfect. So you go down here, up, down, all the way back. And we go like this. Right? And okay, so then we go down here, all the way back. We put 2 bridges. That should be all of that. And let's use some aluminum to finish this off. And there we go. So that should be all the water piping. Once, I'm assuming you're dormant right now, which is why we don't have any polluted water. Wow, 20 more cycles before it gets active again. Nice. Okay, so that should allow me to then clean this up. And are you still dormant? You are still dormant. So at least I wouldn't have broken the bank yet. Let's build our second layer here. Once that's done, I'll open up this aluminum volcano and start analyzing it. I don't know exactly how much time that will give me to get this done. I might be under very strict. Oh, that is a very high demand line we got here. I should fix that. But it might be a very strict timeline. Give me 1 second. Don't I have like lots of gold? Yeah, I do. Okay. But I'm like, what's the fun if I don't take a little bit of risk, right? So let's then build that, and then are you? Oh, okay, you are here. I just haven't told you you can go yet. No, you're not here. Where are you? Where are you? Have you not? According to what? Oh, you're not here. But according to, okay, you're not landed yet, but according to this, you are already part of Gross Era. Whew, that scared me. I had a glitch happen once that I had to reload because the asteroid got itself stuck here. Somehow, it was intoned off map in this little area here. I had no idea how that happened. And that's what I was fearing, that was what happened again. Hopefully, having it in the wrong location here won't cause any problems. But we will find out. So now this should work properly. Yeah, there we go. Now everything's working properly. I'm still going to make more coal generators to make sure that I have enough. Yeah, see, batteries are still... I can also make more solar panels if I really want to. I'm still going to pump down some more coal generators right about here. I can put one joint plate here. And some automation. I don't want it made out of cobalt though. There we go. Yeah, so that should help alleviate, at the very least, the issue I was having where the solar panels are no longer able to produce enough power to support this asteroid. Charge bugs good? They... that's a complicated question. They would be good in my... Why are you still... Oh yeah, you're idle because you're not back yet. They would be good, in my opinion, if we had a renewable source of ore, or if we had an evolution, like a variant of them that would take refined metals, because then we can use the volcanoes to power. But right now they eat, or is what they eat? They eat only ore, and there's no renewable source of ore, and ore is very valuable. So because, like, they require setup, because you need a battery bank to be able to capture all the power they produce. You need to be able to handle the hydrogen that they excrete. So they require a decent amount of setup, and they eat something very valuable. Very limited is the amount of ores you have, and there's no way of renewing that. So because of those two things, I don't use them. I keep them around here in case Clay adds in like a variant. So like maybe like a, I don't know, stone plug slug or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Something, yeah, hatch is definitely better than the charge bugs. Definitely by a long time. First of all, you don't lose the power. Like right now, if my batteries were full, I would lose the power they're generating. I'm not using the coal, but it's still there. The power that it provides still exists. So I don't need to worry about having storage capacity in my battery form for the power because it's stored inside of the coal. So by far, hatches at the moment are significantly better than plug slugs. That doesn't mean they can't be fixed. These can definitely be fixed. They're just not, at the moment, good. Can we mop this yet? Yes, we can. Perfect. Oh, don't crash. Good. Oh, you're running? No, you're not supposed to be running. Turn you off. Turn you off. Yeah, you're supposed to be running. If it's blue. Okay, so apparently this got a lot more progress than I expected it to. Let's deliver a suit here, and we'll need to provide it some oxygen, which will be from this pipe over here. Actually, no. How is the rocket doing, anyways? Oh, the rocket that I reloaded for. You're right. No, I have not checked that. You are correct. That's the whole point of the reload. So missing qualified crew because they're not inside. So let's send them in. Making sure they're not inside. Yep. So let's. Do I have him? So I have Lyra selected. I have Aerie selected. So Aerie should now go in, and hopefully that will work this time, and we can send them out. One or more batteries have died. That's okay. You know, I'm not too concerned about that. This has a lot of power generation potential on this one, so you're getting heat stroke from mopping this. I am okay with this. So, how are you doing? There we go, that did fix the issue. You know, if it doesn't work, reload. Okay, so let's send this one off. And the other rocket should be coming back very soon. 0.2 cycles. So, yeah, I don't know what the bug was. I can't really report a bug that gets fixed by reloading, you know. That's hilarious. Okay, so let's mop this all up. We have a suit there. Enable that. So let's actually set up the proper settings for all this. Once we have this being a void, should be soon enough. Okay, I'm gonna disable the battery notification. That's getting on my nerves. There we go. No need for battery notifications. I know my batteries died because I have it set up that way. That is okay. That is not... Oh. What? There we go. Battery notification should be off. My teleporter input didn't work till I reloaded. Yeah. I could see that being a problem. I've had a few things need to be reloaded. So I had some things that needed to be reloaded in the past because it was completely broken. Hopefully that is not the case with this. So the Genesis should land in 30 seconds. So I'm going to be ready for that. Make sure it doesn't break anything. Ooh, we're making good progress here. Okay, so we have this now. Let's make ourselves the big rockets. So where's the big rocket engines? Big rocket engine. So big petroleum engine will need, where is it? Large liquid fuel tank and a large solid oxidizer tank. And we will, so this will be my going to new asteroid rocket. So for that, I will want 2 Trailblazers. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I want the big one here plus a nose cone. There we go. This will be my going to new asteroid rocket. This should work perfectly. Actually, we already have this here, so no, actually, I'm just gonna build this like this. Okay, so we'll build that up in the past. Shouldn't we have landed by now? We should. Where are you? Okay, there we go. That was perfect timing. Okay, so set you up. You should be able to get out now. Show me you can get out. Come on. There we go. Perfect. Okay, problem solved. Input idle dupes. So these should all be set up now, right? All with a bunch of aluminums, and my rails should be set up properly. This is almost, because I can't reach that. So let's dig this out. You are still dormant? Oh no, it is not dormant. It is idle. Ooh, I can't break that open just yet. How do I tackle slime? I usually don't until I have a suit or a pill against slime. I just don't care about slime lung. It is so, like, as long as, I guess, if you're experienced enough, but slime lung is just not a problem. It is not a problem. I will eventually have to tackle it again. Like this asteroid had plenty of slime also, and the starting one had some too. I think all 3 had a little bit of slime. But I'll tackle it again. This looks like it's going to be a slime-only asteroid. So once I get to that, you can see how I tackle it. But essentially, I just slap oxidizers what are they called? Not oxidizers. Deoxidizers. I slap deoxidizers all over the place and just be patient. It helps having water at the bottom, which is usually not a problem because slime biomes usually have water, polluted water in them. So if you dig out the whole thing and you just leave the polluted water at the bottom, the slime will fall in the water and then can't off gas. So as long as you have a flat-ish bottom that's fully covered with at least 2 kilos of water per tile, the slime won't off gas. Hence why, like right now, I have slime in here. Because as I said, there was slime biomes here. You couldn't tell anymore, obviously. But there was slime biomes here. And if you put slime inside of water, or oxalite, or anything else that off gases, it won't off gas if it's in air, in anything more than 2 kilos. So if you put it inside of water, it's good. So if you dig out a slime biome and you have water at the bottom, which you probably will because of the polluted water already in the slime biome, the slime will just fall in the water and it won't off gas. And then you can use deoxidizers to clean up the polluted oxygen that already exists. And then the slime lung will slowly die. And you'll be good. That's essentially how I take care of it. Basically, you just go ham. You like dig the whole thing. as quickly as you can, put some deoxidizers on it, and everything works out. Okay, so now I have a lot of idle people. Sorry, all that talking, and now my dupes are saying, like, come on, get me work. That's the correct settings? Oh no, it is not the correct settings. Metal tiles. I want these 3. Is that different? Oh, it is different. I did it differently. My pattern will be different here. Oh well. Oh yeah, so I need to put in water here. I forgot about water. So I just need to put in some water, and this should be done. This can take all. This should be done as soon as I put some water in here. The fact that this isn't dormant anymore will make this a little difficult, more difficult, I guess, to turn on. I guess I just need to wait until I see it erupting, and as soon as it's done erupting, try my best to get it cleaned up and taken care of. Oh, ah! And we want to put you here and here. Here. There we go. And let's put in some water here. Oh, I forgot about this one last. Oh, what? What's the problem? I swear I had enough plastic for that earlier. Do I not have enough refined metals anymore? No, I have plenty of gold. I thought I had enough plastic. Something happened to my plastic, I guess? Am I using plastic beds anywhere? I am. Maybe that's what happened to my plastic. So Frankie, you don't get a bed anymore. Yeah, I can understand. Like, it used to be worse. Like, I guess from my perspective, I am kind of biased because before Slime Lug could actually kill your dupes. And in that sense, it used to be worse. But they definitely can't kill your dupes anymore. Nothing can kill your dupes. No, at least no germs kills your dupes anymore. But some stuff like food poisoning, Slime Lug could definitely kill your dupes in the previous versions of the game. So I can completely understand where you're coming from. I just, I guess I have a different point of reference. That's 200 kilos of plastic. That is enough. Oh, 800. Oh, so it's not plastic that's a problem. It is the refined metals. I need 800 refined metals. So gold. Let's make me 50 more gold here. Oh, look at that. The asteroid just got here. So this should output me some petroleum, which I... Oh, really? It melted the thing here out of copper. It melted my liquids. Rocket port. Okay. Let's fix that. Oh, no, yeah, definitely it can't kill your dupes anymore. Only, like, no matter what happens, I don't think I have any dupes that are sick, but I can't really show you right now. But yeah, Slime Lung cannot kill your dupes in the current version of the game. It will not even seriously, it will incapacitate them for, I think it's like 4 or 5 cycles if it goes untreated, and then your dupes will get over it. It's not even, like, the common cold is more dangerous than Slime Lung. Now, that's not the same thing as, where is it? It's on this asteroid, right? Now, do I have any Spore Childs? No, I think they all died because it's too warm in here. Now, that's not saying that... Why are you not running? Oh, the building is stable. That's not saying that it's all boiled. That Spore Childs are not dangerous. Those will not kill your dupes, but they will reduce your dupe stats by -10 for every stat, and that can be dangerous because your dupes will be really slow. So, and then they can die from not being able to run. But that can be very problematic, but it won't directly kill your dupes. I think Slime Lung also reduces athletics by a little bit, so they will be slower and they'll cough and have trouble breathing and stuff like that. but they won't. It doesn't directly kill any dupes. It only indirectly. If it kills a dupe, it will be very much indirectly. What's the problem here? Oh, did my food go bad? Oh, well, here, let's allow you to get out. I do really want you guys to fix this so I can take out my petroleum, give the water, and let it leave. Oh, why are you in there? Harry, can you not get out? I told you you're allowed to leave. Yeah, you can leave. So I may go in here. I'll tell you to take off your suit, and there you go. You left. Good, perfect. Okay. Oh yes, I forgot to disable auto balling all of you guys. Okay. But yeah, because they can't kill anything, they're not nearly that much of a threat anymore. So everything in here should be ready. Let's connect everything appropriately. And put this here. So last would be this one. No, this one. This should turn everything on. Okay, so this should work. I don't see any reasons it won't. I think I might need to set up another steam turbine here. Now, for you, I'm pretty sure it's plastic. Yeah, we don't have enough plastic. Yes, you definitely should be more scared of the common cold. That can actually kill you. Yes. I'm really hoping they eventually put a patch that can make diseases more threatening. Like, they have a very good system for how diseases work. It's very, very well thought out. And yet it is not implemented nearly well enough. There we go. I was right. We do have enough plastic. We did not have enough gold. So hopefully they can reuse the system. I guess they thought it was too punishing. People were, as you were saying, oh no, it's not. Like, as I can show you right now, all my dupes, not a single one of them have any skill in medicine. I've researched it just because it needs to be researched, because I'm a completionist like that. But like, I'm not gonna waste morale requirements on... I even have one that would like to be a doctor, and I'm like, no. I know you have an ambition to be a doctor, but you're not allowed to be a doctor. Like, no one, not one of my 24 dupes has a single point in doctoring. Like, that's how little I care about doctoring. Okay, so let's get this built, please. Oh, I can't believe it melted. What's the melting temperature for these? 100. Oh, it's only 1,000 degrees. It's not that high, I guess. Maybe I shouldn't make it out of copper then. Make it out of something that... Oh, I thought damage overheat. Exosuit forge. Which one? This one right here. What are you made out of? Oh, you're made out of lead, that's why. Let's replace you with something and not lead base. How much iron, how much steel do I have? Okay, I have plenty of steel. Let's stop making steel for a little bit. Let's catch up on... And we'll need plastics. So let's give them some plastics. This asteroid here should have plastics to give. It has 3.3 tons. So let's send over some plastic. Manual use. Industrial. No, it's manufactured plastic. Which I don't manufacture. I just... Yeah, Yeah, it comes from natural sources, but it's a manufactured material nonetheless. So let's wait until someone brings that over. No, I have new printing. Let's do that first then. A snazzy suit. Why not? Who gets the suit? Abe will get the suit. Is Abe on this asteroid? I don't think so. Maybe if I pick someone else then. Gene. Gene will get the suit. Well, now I will dig into Slime Cycle 1 and not be scared. No problem. You might, like, they'll get sick. It's not that big of a deal. It's definitely not that big of a deal. Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, I want to get rid of some of my plastics. And still no one's done it yet. Oh, because Bubbles is currently on break. But as I said, you still, like, it does bring down their productivity, so you do want to try to remove the polluted oxygen, but as long as the slime falls into the polluted water, then you put it in a storage, like here, inside of water, you put in one of these storages, like you do for bleach stone, the same thing. You would just put the bleach stone in here, and you're good to go. Yes, zombie spores are the exception. They won't kill your dupes, but they can kill your dupes by secondary actions, that is for sure. Because so where's a random dupe? So what zombie spores will do, just to, because you'll experience those eventually. Where is properties, I think, for their stats? Or statuses? Where is stats on here? I don't check this so little. Skills. There you go. So what zombie spores will do is they'll take -10 to everything here. Now, that's not that bad, like, it's pretty bad. But it won't kill your dupes unless you consider that it's -10 athletics. Now, if your dupe doesn't run very fast, that means -100% run speed. Like, if they're at 0 athletics, that's -100% run speed. And even if they have like 2 or 4, that's like -80 or -60% run speed. So if they are down here in the middle of nowhere and they run out of breath, it is very likely that they will not be able to run to get oxygen. If they are down here, they'll die running to get oxygen because they're so slow. So zombie spores can really screw with your dupes. They're not to mess with, but they're only found inside of oil biomes, and there are ways of dealing with them, but that's more, you can just use suits. You definitely want to use suits. Oil biome's already hot. It's already like 80, 90 degrees. So might as well just already use suits, because you're not going to send dupes in that kind of temperature anyways. So yeah, for start of dupes, I do prefer, well, it depends on what my goal is. I do like to go with a researcher and a digger, at the very least. The third one is variable, depending on what my goal is. It will either, or usually be, here, hold on, why are you guys not giving him the plastic? Give me one more, let me try to figure this out, then I'll continue to answer your question. Why? Bubbles is, there is plastic here. We have lots of plastic. It's all right here. Why are you not... Allow manual use. Not sweep only. Plastic. Can you not reach here? Oh no, Bubbles can't reach here. Okay, so what I can do is... Yellow alert. Everyone. Devin, come on. Come here. Early access days, germs were... Yeah. As I said, before, germs could kill you. Germs could definitely kill your dupes. Slime lung was a real concern. Not so much anymore. Okay, let's get rid of that. No, that should be enough. But yeah, I start with a digger and a researcher. And the third one will be either someone that can ranch, if I want to tackle ranching early, or someone that can build, so I can build a base a little quicker. Usually it's one of those two that I try to get in place. And I'm not really doing this for the power, so I just connected to the closest wire. But the third one can be almost anything. I know some people that like to use 2 diggers. So 2 diggers and a researcher. So they can really dig out the map and like be like this real quick. And get access to all the resources. And as I said, like dig out the slime biome, really hammer through the slime biome. Like if you have 2... What's the problem here? Oh, you're idle. If you have 2 diggers, you can really go through the slime biome. But that's just a matter of opinion, really. There's nothing for that third one. It's whatever you feel most comfortable doing. If you're trying to go for the achievement, yeah. And if you're trying to get for the achievement, that the one about eating meat, it's one of the harder achievements people get. And for that one, it's very useful to have a rancher early with like 8 in ranching or something like that, 7 or 8 in ranching, so that you can really start pumping out those meat critters, those meat sources. But most of the time, I just go with researcher, digger, and builder, or something along that line. Okay, so we're almost done with this. You are building here. I won't start you yet. It's still idle. I don't know how long it'll stay idle for. What's the... So it reps 44 seconds out of 2 cycles. So it's idle for about 2 cycles a pop. So, and I also love ranching. I'm still not 100% sure how I'm going to do ranching with these smaller asteroids, but like on vanilla maps, I had huge ranching setups. I had one map where I had every critter tamed in a ranch. Like every single critter in the game that was in a ranch, including the space moose or whatever they're called, gas moose. Including them, they had their ranch. I had a vole ranch. I had a ranch for every single. I find ranching to be a lot of fun, and the dupes are adorable. So. $49, $44. It's not really cooling it down though, is it? $48. It takes 1 temperature, which is more. This generates way more than that in terms of. Maybe I should try to use this to also cool it down. This one's colder, so if I pipe this one around here. Can go like this. Should be able to cool this down some more. So over here I can put some steel here and here. Well, some steel here and here. With some diamond temperature plates. Because I need to make sure I keep these steam turbines, like that steam turbine is going up in temperature instead of down. Oh, nice. That is a good feeling. It took me, I don't remember how long, but like it took me, I think at least 50 cycles before I could start this. It was definitely not my first egg. Oh, you can't reach there, can you? Oh, that sucks. Is that the same problem for you? So if they hatch here, not everyone here is going to be cramped. Huh. I don't know what to do about that. Which one's the oldest one here? I'll just kill him. That's a simple, short-term solution. 108 so far. What about you up here? But where are you? You are 32, so that 108-year-old. Just kill him off and that should fix the cramped issue. And this one will just hatch by itself. As long as they don't drop another egg here, it should be able to pick up eggs without too much of an issue. And this is including the egg count, so we're good for that. Thank you. This is my standard Drago farm. It allows me to, or I try to keep as much of the hydrogen as possible. I could probably do a little bit more, like try to push some hydrogen down here. But, meh. I'm not that much into optimizing things, but it's the right size. It's mostly not problematic. I wouldn't say it's not problematic, because obviously there's a problem right here. If they drop an egg here, then everyone becomes cramped. But it's a nice little... It fits in my square. As you might have noticed, everything is in very nice and tidy squares. And this fits into 2 of my squares, so I like it. Let's see, who's idle? Okay, so how are things going over here? Build you here. How much water do we have here? 145, and over here we had 300, so let's make some more. And we are full, so let's launch. Yeah, I know you're not happy about this. Okay, and launch. Oh, is that gonna melt again? It didn't melt this time. Got real close though. Melting point 183, and it got up to 172. It got real close to melting, and this guy got all but scolded because I'm only using oxygen masks on this asteroid instead of actual suits. So it did not like being in that exhaust. Not that I can really blame it. Where is all my eggs? Are you set to pick up eggs? You are. Oh, that's not good. That's the problem. So that means my eggs are over here. Oh. Okay, so for you guys who don't know, these new critter traps are a new type of plant, I guess. Yeah, they're plants, I think. That traps critters. So what I'm trying to do is set up these farms. Any eggs extra go up here, and then they get eaten by the Saturn trap. But I accidentally set these sweepers to take all the eggs, so the eggs got sent down here instead, which you can see by all the pipsqueaks. So let's set up here. And these Saturn traps are very efficient at producing food for dupes, and they produce a lot of hydrogen. One of these Saturn traps, from my calculation, rough calculation, will support a hydrogen generator full time. So it's a lot of hydrogen that one of these critters, and they produce 3 of these feeds a dupe forever. Now, they take a lot of setup. You can't just, oh, hey. I'll read what you just said, Crown, in a sec, but they do take 30, literally, 30 cycles to finish growing. So they cannot just be, like, you can't start with this because your dupes will die before the first harvest. But if you have these set up, they are an amazing source of power, and 3 of these, as I said, will do more than 3 dupes worth. It's like 3 of these will do 1.3 dupes, 1.26 dupes, something like that. Yes. Now, it's not the best food, and as far as I can tell, last time I checked, let me check again. You can't use the meat for barbecue, and because it's plant meat, and there's no recipes here or here. Let me double check. Nothing's changed. Just mixed berry pie. Yeah. So you can't actually use the meat for any actual cooking, and it's not the worst. If I go to consumable, it is right here. Where is it? No. Where is it? How can I move? Why is it not letting me? Oh, right up here. Don't use this interface a lot. It is equivalent to gristleberries or swampy delights. The plant meat is a +1 okay food. So I was really hoping that we could cook it. into something a little bit better, maybe like grapefruit preserves or cooked meat. But as a low effort, a lot of energy plant, at least at the current state, they might nerf the hydrogen production because this is an insane amount of hydrogen. But yeah, they're very, very interesting. So let's see what you said here, Crown. So give me the skinny on the DLC. I understand multiple smaller asteroids, limited resources at each location, early space travel, etc. How is it set up to work? You establish bases at each location. So leave dupes at each location. What's the ultimate goal now? So ultimate goal, there isn't one at the moment. There's no terror or anything, but it's still early in the early access. So who knows what they're going to add here. But there's no terror or anything. You can develop better rockets to go further away and do return trips, like go here and then come back. Or like the early game rockets can only go at like 3 far. So they can go to D3, but they can't reach this one or this one. So you will eventually need better rockets if you want to go further, but you don't necessarily need to. So how they do it is that you start with an asteroid, and at least the 2 asteroids they have right now will always have water sources. Like this one will start with cool slush geyser and a cool salt slush geyser. Always. No matter what, like any generation, these are always included. Just like the steam, cool water steam vents from vanilla, you always got 2. So you always get 2 water vents on your starting map. On this asteroid, it's cold, so you do need to handle the cold. As you can see from up here, the map starts off really cold at the top and warm at the bottom, so you do need to manage that. But you don't get any oil, you don't get any reed fiber, you don't get any way of making plastics, you don't get any Drecos, and you don't even get hatches. You only get water source infinitely and some Sweetles and some food sources. There's no swamp biomes at all. So the way it works to start is that you have these teleporters here, which will allow you to connect with your first asteroid. This one here is my first asteroid. This one will have oil and will have some of the other things you need, but it's not necessarily that important. Like it'll have hatches, and it's basically the vanilla starting biome without any slime biome. So still no reed fiber, still no Drecos. So there's still no suits. You literally need to fly to this asteroid here and use a rocket. You literally need to use a rocket to make it to this asteroid here, and this one is where you will find your first Dreco, or you will find a plant that gives you reed fiber. So with this map, you literally do not have suits, Atmos suits, until you reach this asteroid, and you need to land here with a rocket because there's no other way of getting here, and like get materials, send it back, like grab a Dreco and send it back, or try to make a base here, and so forth and so on. Each asteroid, once you colonize it, you can build yourself a mini pod to print stuff on each one that can help. And there's more advanced planets. Like this one is the only place where you can get niobium. This asteroid, you can just mine niobium. Yeah, exactly. That's for this starting planet. If you go with the what would be considered like the thermal starting planet, or like the vanilla from the DLC. I mean, from early access from the vanilla. That starting planet with that biome has everything you would normally expect, but no oil or ice biomes. And it starts with steam geysers. So you have a different issue to tackle there. You don't have any ice, you don't have any oil, and you're starting with 2 steam geysers, so you have to deal with the heat if you want your renewable water source. And to be able to, yeah, it is. It's really different. Yeah, and that's currently the case too. On the loading page, you can decide to switch between DLC and Classic. No, it doesn't go retail on 28th. It drops its first update on the 28th. So we have no idea how long this is going to be in early access. I'm guessing 6 months at the very least. But their plan right now is to drop an update to the early access every 3 weeks. The first update being on the 28th, and that's what I'm playing right now. The first update, there's currently a beta branch out. It's very well, I wouldn't say very unstable. It's actually pretty good now. I haven't crashed once today. But it includes some more advanced rockets, like this huge thing that I'm trying to build over here. Is part of the content patch on the 28th. And maybe there'll be things that are not part of the beta branch. And then 3 weeks after that, they will release another content patch for the early access, and that's their plan until they release it. So there's no actual release date for anything. They are, like, you can literally see on this asteroid here, not this one, this one, these beta finery, I don't know how you're supposed to say, these bees aren't even implemented yet. You have a big, like, no sign on it. So there's definitely a lot that needs to be, a lot of content patches that will be coming out, and I'm very much looking forward to the nuclear and radiation stuff. That is literally the thing I'm looking forward to the most, by far, is the nuclear stuff. So, I don't even remember what I was doing in this game anymore. I've been talking so much. Okay, so who's idle? That should maybe help me decide what I'm going to do next. Okay, so yeah, I want to pass this pipe here because things were getting a little warm around these turbines. Go over here. For you to turn on, I can just destroy that. Generate idle, not enough steam, input blocked. So as soon as you get built, we should be able to let's destroy that. Okay, and build that. Yellow priority, come on, I want that built before it starts backing up. Yeah. Like, that's for this asteroid, and I'm assuming they'll keep doing that. So that is cool. Then you recommend? Oh yes, I enjoy this version of the game so much more than vanilla. I love this version of the game. Don't get me wrong, this is a completely different game from my perspective. Like, this setup, the concerns you have, the restrictions that you are put under, it is a completely different game. I feel like I'm playing 3 maps right now, and I'm looking to start exploring a 4th one. Like, this asteroid, I have different concerns. I have cold and warm that I have to balance. This asteroid here, I don't really have any concerns. I just have to start taming some volcanoes and make sure this coal down here doesn't creep up too much. And on this asteroid, I have to worry about the massive amount of heat. Like, it's complete, like, I basically feel like I'm playing 3 mini games that are connected at the same time. I love the different challenges in a single run of the game. I absolutely love the new version. Like, it's a completely different game as far as I'm concerned. Now, other people have very different reactions to the DLC because of how different it is from the base game. Some people really do not like it. Yeah, I hope that too. Like, once they get nuclears, they'll be able to teleport things, but I highly recommend a DLC. It's so... I love it right now, but some people have hated it because it's such a departure from the base game. It's not even close to the same thing. It's basically its own game, in my opinion. And yeah, I'm also hoping that, like, right now we only have 2 asteroid sets, but I'm hoping that they'll develop harder asteroid sets, because right now we have the base one and basically a second version of brine, where it's cold and you have to deal with cold and warm up the starting asteroid and deal with more cold. So we have those 2 kind of asteroids. I'm assuming they'll develop a larger set, and they'll have different restrictions. Maybe you'll have one asteroid where you start with some oil, but you don't start any renewable source of water on your starting asteroid, and you have to go launch a rocket to get a renewable source of water. That sounds like you could do so much with this setup. You can, like, restrict so many things and force people to play differently depending on the asteroid. You can't just have one playstyle. And that, as you can tell by the way I'm talking, very much like that. I really love that. So what was I doing again before I got this? Okay, yeah, so you guys should be all set up. So hopefully this should 27:30. Well, you are getting the heat. You are taking that heat and you will hopefully burn that heat. Okay, so hopefully these 2 can start destroying some of the heat here so I don't boil this petroleum. I really think I'm boiling this petroleum really soon. So I'm gonna plan for that. So my solution to boiling that petroleum will be to get what I want out of there and then seal it off. Having all 4 or 5 or even 6 plants doing different things, supporting each other needs to work. Yeah, I really like... Oh yeah, also, you asked a different question also. Like, the way I have it set up right now, right here, give me 1 sec, I need to free him. The way I have it set up right now, I have a base on each asteroid. And again, this melted. I need to make that out of steel. I don't see any other choice, or else they always melt when they land. Oh, maybe there's another... Does iron have... What's iron's melting point? No, not right there. Need it to be 1 over. Give me 1 second. I don't know what iron's melting point is, but I'll try to use iron. What was it used before? It was copper. Copper is definitely not something you can use for these things. So I have a base on each asteroid. That's the direction I went in. I've seen people who just build on the main asteroid and have very, very bare bones set up on the other asteroids. Like very bare bone. No dupes live here, and maybe 1 dupe to keep things functional. And we just send a rocket, grab the resources, and send it off. It's like an extraction. Yeah, you definitely make supply rockets. That's what this one is here. This one I'm currently using to transport water. Well, once this is built, it transports water from Shrubara, because Shrubara has a lot of water right now for its needs. It has a lot of polluted water and a lot of water, so I transport some water from here to Grosera, and in return I also transport petroleum from Grosera to Shrubara. So this can be automated. I have some automation here that I was connecting to a rocket before. I haven't set up this rocket yet, but it can be automated. It's a little complicated right now. They don't have enough ports to tell you exactly what the state of the rocket's in. But with a little bit of assumptions and clever math, you can definitely work it out. Okay, so... And you can make supply rockets like this one, or I'm assuming bigger engines even will allow you to make bigger rockets. But with the big petroleum engine, you can have 7 modules. So I could replace these 2 trailblazer modules with something like 2 large gas cargo or 2 large cargo tanks or something like that, and have that go back and forth between 2 asteroids regularly. Why are you doing? You're going back and forth between these 2. So you're going in here. Oh, throw in these 2. Ineligible, ineligible, ineligible. Why are you even eating here? Okay, so let's clean this out. I feel like I need to reset this. Oops. And disable, disable, disable. And then over here, disable. Oh, did we take all the oxalate out of here, and that's what was going on? That's why he was running back and forth? And this suit has very little durability. That's also... Oh, oxygen mask. Did we steal an oxygen mask? He did. He stole an oxygen mask from this asteroid. Oh, that's... So he took an oxygen mask, went into the rocket, and then took it with him. So now I have an oxygen mask on the other planet that I really don't need. So right now you have 4 fuel options. I can actually do it right here. You have a steam engine, a petroleum engine, so steam, petroleum, sugar, or carbon dioxide. You start with sugar and carbon dioxide. They are your starting things. Your early game. Your early game engines are carbon dioxide and sugar. They can usually bring you 2 or 3 tiles, which is far enough to reach the first planets. Like, this is 3 tiles. This one's 1. So this one 1. Only the actual jumps count. So this one's 2 tiles away. This one is 1 tile away. So the early game rockets usually allow you to bring you to the 3-4. And then you need steam or petroleum to make it further. So this one's 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles away. And this one's 1, 2, 3 tiles away. So you could reach this one with carbon dioxide. But you can't do it both ways. While petroleum is with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So petroleum could go both ways. And I'm assuming the big petroleum can do this both ways. We'll find out. Yes, it's a very good use for CO2. And in the early game, you should actually build up your CO2 because of that. I don't burn off my CO2 early game just because of that, so that I can use it for rockets until you have petroleum rockets set up. Where are you building real toilets? I've heard to only start building it once I have vents. You mean like, where, like these things? Where are they? Where did I put them on this asteroid? I do have them, right? I'm blind or something? Oh, right here. Wow, I am blind. Sorry about that. You mean like these toilets? Lavatories and sinks and stuff? What do you mean by vent? Like, what do you mean by vent? Let's see, we have a bunch of idle tubes. So how are we doing with temperatures here? 62, 64. It's still pretty hot. Oh yeah, now the rest of this is starting to warm up because this is warm too, right? 33, 29. How are we doing on food? We're doing good on food, but the temperature here is still far too cold. I mean, too warm. Cool steam vents. I don't see why. Yeah, no, I don't know why you would need to wait until you tame a vent to be able to use real laboratories. Like these are water positive. So yeah, you just need initial water to start it, but these are water positive. So you don't need a source of water to get these working. Like these will produce more water than they use. So yeah, don't listen to whoever said to use vents. No, it's it can't possibly be a waste of water if it gives you more water back, right? Like this laboratory, literally, where does it say? I think it says it somewhere. Yeah, so it uses 5 kilograms and outputs 11.7 kilograms. So it literally doubles the amount of water in one run. And then you go through a sleeve, and that will reduce it by a little bit. I think it will take off 5% of the water, but you still end up almost doubling the amount of water every time someone goes to the washroom. So it's a water positive process. You are not wasting water. You are wasting water not using it. Does activity continue to happen? Yes, it does. It definitely does. Which is also something that I like a lot. So like I'm over here, I'm planning something. Like let's go for example at my. Like, I can go here and be like, okay, do this, I want you to do this, I want you to do this. I want to build here, and I want to... Is it because we're out of copper? And... Is there no... I don't know what's wrong going on over here. Okay, sure. But yeah, so I can tell them to do all this stuff, and then go over here, and this, like, that stuff doesn't need my focus. I'm just telling them to do that. But on this asteroid here, I need to focus on this to make sure, like, micromanage my dupes to make sure that whatever is going on here is not. Oh, no, that's not the right settings. This is the right setting. So whatever's going on here isn't like a problem, right? So I need to micromanage here, but while I'm micromanaging my dupes here, it still runs. Like I can go back to that other asteroid and everything will be done. Do I need to put anyone in bed? Let's see, does anyone deserve it? I think you do. Otto, go to bed. But yeah, so right now I'm seriously trying to consider a way to cool this down a little bit better. So I'm going to see if we have any Wheezeworts. I think we do. I just haven't been using them. I feel like I probably should start. As this heat's starting to become far too much of an issue here. But as this runs over here, all 3 asteroids run. See, this has been built. Everything runs. It's basically one really big map. And it's literally one really big map. One way you can tell that is if you zoom out, you can see the instructions or some of the instructions over here. You can see like the X's. So it like literally this is one map and the other map is here, the other map is here, and just some stuff around here. I'm assuming that's my rockets. I'm not sure exactly where everything is placed, but you can even see some of the activities. Everything is running right now on all 3 asteroids. It's not that's how they have it set up right now. They might change this in the future, but that's definitely how it's out. Who followed me? Oh, thanks for the follow, Nox. I appreciate it. I only started streaming like a couple weeks ago, so follows are very important to me right now. And thank you also, Crown. Very, very appreciate it. But yeah, so everything is definitely being run at the same time. Oh, it's starting to get real hot in here. Okay, so do we have any... Where are they? No, we don't have any warts on here. I'm pretty sure I have them here, though. So let's, Oh, did I send over all my plastic? No, I didn't. Oh, yeah, because they only work if it's under... so seeds. Wheeze warts. Okay. Do I have any Weezewort seeds? Oh, allow manual use. Look at that. Okay, so I was going to send over the Weezewort seeds. I mean, you teach me a lot, so I can be a smartass in front of my friends. Ah! Sorry, that made me laugh. Yeah, you're welcome. Anytime I can help someone be a smartass, I'm more than up for it. Okay, there you go. That's all the seeds. No more allowing manual use and bring this down to a 9. But yeah, I've been playing this game a lot since it came out, so my knowledge is vast. And not to pat myself on the back or anything, but yeah. And I'm more than happy to help and answer any questions that you or anyone else really has. No liquid outputs. Oh, did I forget the liquid output? Yes, I did. Do not do that. That can be dangerous. And put that down here. You could also tell your friends to come be smartasses with me. I would be okay with that. Just saying, you know. Can make everyone smartasses. I'm okay with this. Okay, so we have 2 Weezewort, so let's put them down here. Oh, so it's really early, I guess. We're about to, like, I guess in, like, GMT right now, it's almost 5 a.m., so 6 a.m., so yeah. So, good morning? Or have you just not gone to bed yet? It is still nighttime for you. Joy seeds, rust. So this is one of the nice things you can do, especially when you start off. I'm from Canada, so for me it's 11:35 right now. Oh, Crown. You like your big messages. I have about 500 hours since it originally came out, so I'm a master early mid game. Yeah, I've breached. Oh, it's not a problem. I don't mind at all. I do this to try to talk to people, so you know if I get the wrong impression, I'm sorry. Yeah, I've broken the 1,000-hour mark recently. I think last month. So yeah, I've been playing this significantly since. It wasn't early beta. I started when the space beta started, like when they released space. That's when I started playing, but that was a long time ago. Yes, I use the metrics because normal people use the metric system, including Celsius. It'll be ridiculous. Fahrenheit, I don't understand Fahrenheit. I really do not. I could not tell you, like, I could not relate to Fahrenheit. I can see 40 degrees Celsius and I know that would hurt me. I could not tell you the same thing about Fahrenheit. Yeah. But yeah, so one of the nice things about these mini pods is that sometimes they'll produce some, not right now, but like they'll produce something nice and you can print it off on another asteroid. So what? I'm the exact opposite for you. Celsius and I'm clueless on. Yeah, it's how you were raised, right? Because I was raised with Celsius, so to me Celsius is intuitive. But if you're raised with Fahrenheit, then Fahrenheit's intuitive. Yeah, something like that. 33 or 32 Fahrenheit, I think. Water freezes at 0. Good. I'm happy with that. So, like on this asteroid, so how I tackled this asteroid personally was I dug this out, built a mini pod, and then sent everyone away. Every dupe on this asteroid was printed on this asteroid and had lived on this asteroid. So I thought that would be a nice little challenge. I'm thinking of doing that with my next planets too, where I just print off a fresh new batch of dupes for every asteroid, and this having mini pods on every planet. That's why these guys also have less skill points than these guys and less skill points than these guys, because of the way I did that. And like the first batch of plastic that I got to this asteroid was through the pod, and you can always get some critters on, like, instead of transporting them by the rocket, you can just print them. So it's really nice. Oh, you're rising pressure, but I don't think was this the bad one? Hopefully I didn't dig out the wrong one. Unreachable. Okay, so I did not dig out the wrong one. Okay, yeah, because it's trying to eject things right now, and it can't. So I did not dig out the wrong one. Woo! I was scared there for a moment. Okay. Oh, we are actually making progress on the rockets. We built that. Okay, we can't reach here and here, so let's build those. And we probably should start giving it some fuel. So we'll need to give it some fuel from here. Right here, that's where I'm going to put the fuel. And 900, so I'm going to need 900 of oxalite. There we go. For a new run, you're not allowed to take any resources to a new planet. Oh, that sounds horrible. That sounds... So, what about, like, planets that don't have renewable sources of water? Like, this planet here doesn't have... No, not this one. This one here does not have a renewable source of water. There's no water geyser or water anything in here. The only source of water is coming off planet. So, how would you handle that if you can't share resources? Volcanoes nanotaming and the effective cooling technique, but I seem to be picking up little. Yeah, it takes time for sure. And as you can tell, even me who's been doing this for a long time, I still run into issues when it comes to taming some of this heat. Oh, it's 500 now. This is going to boil soon. This is now 500 degrees. Oh, 700. Okay, so I need to focus on this. I guess the dupes will die. Yeah, exactly. So, and you need oil. You need oil to make petroleum, and this one is the only asteroid from at the moment that has oil that you need to extract. So I don't think you're ever going to leave your original asteroid, which then you would die because you don't have infinite resources. You would either lose out on sand, or you would run out of dirt. You'd run out of something eventually after a couple thousand cycles. No, I do not like oil as coolant. I use polluted water as a coolant until you get super coolant. Oil just... So the main reason for that is that it has very small thermal capacity, so it's not very good inside of a thermal aqua tuner. So thermal aqua tuner will reduce the temperature by 14 degrees every time. So if something comes in at 21, it will come out at, what's 21 minus 14? 6, 7. It'll come out at 7 degrees. This one right here. Yeah, so it'll come out at 7 degrees no matter what it is. And it will use the same amount of power to bring it down to 7 degrees. So water, which has more heat per degree, is more cooling per power than something like oil, which has... So if we get the numbers here, where is it? So heat capacity is 1.6 in oil, while polluted water has a heat capacity of 4.1. So this stores more than twice as much heat per degree inside of it than the oil, which means that we per power used per second, pretty much per power used per second, we cool more than we do if we were to make to use oil. Supercoolant is even better because supercoolant. I don't know. I don't know why 7 Celsius is 44 Fahrenheit. I can't answer. because Google told me so. That's my answer for that. So where are we? I was looking for metals. Where is metals here? Refined metals. Lead. And I want to take out the diamond. So refined metal is the only real thing I care about in here that I want out. But I'll also get rid of, where is it? Where miscellaneous diamonds. So what I'm going to do is get people to, I'm going to actually prioritize these. I'm going to get people to take out the diamonds and lead from here and then seal this off because this is going to boil soon and I want to seal it off while these try to cool it down. Slowly but surely these will cool it down, but we have to deal with 1000 degree in this rock here, so it's not going to be quick enough, and then this will boil, which is not good. So I want to take out the things I care about, which is the lead and the lead and the diamonds and the fossils. So let's also take out some fossils. Where's fossil stored? Is that consumable ore? Nope. I don't know where fossils are stored. Really needs a search mechanism. Organic? Fossils are organic, aren't they? I guess, maybe? There we go, raw minerals. Okay, let's do fossils also. Once these are set up, I can then seal this off, and now my petroleum won't boil. Come on, guys, run, run, run! There's still some fossils and lead here. Oh, we have some critter starvation? Why are you starving? You have... Why are you starving? Are these not growing quick enough for you guys? I guess. It's not the biggest deal. These will grow eventually, you'll eat it. I'm not too concerned. Much more concerned about this. I'm not gonna have enough space in here, am I? You're gonna fill this up with lead, and then I'm not gonna have any more. There's still gonna be lead here, isn't there? This is actually all liquid lead, by the way. This isn't petroleum. This is liquid lead. Petroleum doesn't last here because it gets turned into sour gas. So this is all liquid lead. Okay, so let's bring these down to 5. Bring these down to 5. And let's seal this off. Let's do even better. I want people to stop. Let's just drop everything on the floor, so now they can't even bring anything back. Everyone will get out of here. Oh yeah, just a bit. So you guys can, no, you get out before you start doing this construction, please. I don't want you guys building any of these things. I want you guys There we go. And then we build this. And then we can build this one. Why isn't it letting me place that? Wonder why it's not letting me place that. There we go. Something's overheating. My ammo smooth checkpoint. Because it's made of lead. This whole thing is made of lead, so it's overheating. Let's leave that be for a little bit. Are you gonna be okay? Yeah, you're okay. Okay, so now this should hopefully stop heating up the petroleum as much, and like this insulated tile is only 200. Should be okay. So let's just destroy all these. We can rebuild them as something a little bit more durable, like iron or copper. Just not lead, essentially. You guys should be helping with the cooling. Oh wow, not even close. Problem is that these are just producing too much heat constantly for me to delete. Yeah, this asteroid is just having a lot of heat issues. So there is a website that is very useful for that. Here, give me one moment. Oni calculator. It can be a little overwhelming at first, but if you go to oniassistant.com, I put that in the chat. It has a calculator for everything in vanilla. So the rocket calculation obviously will not be useful, but food calculation is still very much accurate. So you can use that to calculate how many, like I know from that this is good enough to support a little less than 10 dupes. So I only have 8 dupes, so this is a little bit excessive, which is perfect for me. I prefer to be a little excessive. I don't have infinite food here, mainly because I have automation that prevents, like these are all not being irrigated, thank you, right now, because I have automation that says if I have over a certain amount of food, I stop watering my plants. That way I do not waste water that can then be used for oxygen, and I do not end up having an infinite amount. Like I only have 220 kcals of food, and that's a choice. I don't have, like I've seen people with millions of calories of food just laying around, and I think that's kind of pointless. So I have automation to prevent the use of my water to go into food if I don't need more food. It also allows me to balance, like this is not enough meat production to be able to keep everyone alive. So I can balance this and this. So I produce enough meat, and if I fall behind, then I can have some farming to make some food to catch back up, and then it stops, and I can live off of meat until I fall behind, and so forth and so on. It's all balanced, and if at one point I do have enough farms to survive off meat alone, this will just never run again, or it'll be there in case of emergencies. So I have the same setup for every asteroid. Every asteroid has a farm that relies off of water and automation to turn off or on that farm based off of the amount of food that we have on the asteroid. Yeah, I prefer that. I like automation. I really like automation. I use automation a lot. Okay, so you should be all set. So let's make this extremely high priority, because as soon as this volcano erupts, I want out. Oh, we want this one to be 5. So I don't think it'll be enough time for him to analyze this before it erupts, but we will find out. I don't have any idea what the status on this stuff is for erupting and such. Let's yellow. I have some idle dupes, but I don't want to take my focus off of this right now. Yeah, see, he's not analyzing this nearly fast enough. I don't think CQ's research is high enough to be able to analyze this before it blows up in our face. Let's just bring that down to... Oh, apparently he wants to go to bed. Oh, and it's blowing up in our face. Let's seal this up. We just... I guess we can wait until it goes dormant and then we can go back in there and try to detect it. So let's hope this works, because I haven't actually tested this. And I don't actually have any water going into any of this. So let's hope this works. No, sorry. Why were you building the... Oh wow, really? You're just gonna stand there? He was building this layer before we even got to this inner layer, and this inner layer is the one with the high priority. Okay, and you are still dormant for another 14 cycles, so I need to find another source of water. Are you still connected to the inner source? Yes, you are. What I can do is temporarily drain you, and that will be how I can populate you. Okay, so there we go. So now it's emitting aluminum. It should eventually make its way, like it needs to warm up all the drywall and stuff. So that's not surprising, but it should eventually make its way down here. Which should then solidify. That's a problem. I did it differently here. Apparently that was one eruption was not enough to get it going. I did this wrong. Okay, so I noticed I did a boo-boo. So we need to fix that ASAP. This one, the whole contraption here starts too low. This one, I started the contraption a little higher. So I need to make sure I turn that into an insulated tile instead of the current mesh tile, or else this will break. Let's see, who else is idle? So you guys are idle. Temperatures in here are real bad. I don't have any more waste wart. I need to find another way to cool this down. This is, at least now this won't boil, but this temperature is just going up. It's not going down. And I can't keep cooling these. I guess I just need to make another one of these. I have the steel and I have the plastic, so I can make another one. I should have just... So the one I use in vanilla normally takes up 3 slots, and well, 3 slots in a little bit, and allows for 3 aqua tuners and 2 steam turbine, because that's the technical ratio. 3 aqua tuners can keep 2 steam turbines powered constantly with polluted water. So that is the ideal ratio you can have. So I have a blueprint on vanilla that does that. But since I didn't think this would need that much cooling, I was wrong. I decided to try to have smaller imprints for cooling, and now I'm gonna have a third one because I just need more cooling. Look at this, it's so hot in here. Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do about cooling on this asteroid, because this is... Yeah, maybe that's only its own cooling loop. So I can set up like one, like I have here, essentially, where I have a little setup here that's only for cooling off the liquid sulfur geyser. Maybe I can have a little setup somewhere around here that's only for cooling off these turbines, and I'll probably need to add more turbines. Probably wouldn't be the worst plan. So given that, let's start destroying this, and you guys need something to do while I focus on the volcanoes. So can you guys come down here without getting scolded? Not a little bit. So let's not do that, and let's go up here, and let's say you guys can mop some of that. I mean, clean up some of this. That should keep you guys busy for a little bit while I focus on the volcanoes. So volcano, let's clean that up. We can definitely not break into here. It's far too warm. The temperature isn't really spreading that well, so that's good. Okay, now we can seal this back up. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's also something I need to do. I need to copy over the settings. Okay, so that should be good for that. I should now be getting some polluted water. I just need you to erupt again, because one eruption is not enough. Same thing with you. You erupted, but it didn't actually start anything because one eruption is not enough. You need it to erupt a couple times before it will start dripping into here properly. Okay. Let's see, yeah. Let's see how close I was at my estimation of how much polluted water. It wasn't that bad. Oh, I have a little bit of extra polluted water. And once I get rid of this bridge, I can just connect that to this pipe, and it will go over here and back into the reservoir. There we go. And I can get rid of this line. Perfect. Okay, so I don't have any idea how long you're going to take before you erupt, and you are going to erupt in half a cycle, so that's way too long for me to just wait here. Actually, on that note, it is time for me to go to bed. So I'll be back here tomorrow. I'll plan on streaming some more Oni tomorrow at the same time. So thank you guys for joining me. I very much enjoyed the conversations. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys again. So thank you, and have a good evening, morning, day. I don't know, you guys have very interesting time zones. Nice meeting you guys. So, bye. Oh, actually, I don't know if you guys are still up for some Oni, but actually I would like to raid someone who has as many viewers as me, meaning not that much. Just give them a little smile. I know I had a raid once this week, and it made me very happy having some people join in out of nowhere. So let's see here. There's someone called Pablo Rockmore. He seems to be doing a new run from like a new person's perspective. So we can go say hi and see how that's going. So if you guys want to join, I would appreciate that. And otherwise, I'll see you guys later. Oops.